Here's a challenge for you guys. Go onto any SoulsTuber's Twitch or VOD's channel and look up Randomizer. They've all done one, right? Why is that? Is it because they're popular? Is it because they're fun? Is it because there's only so many challenges you can do for this game, and after playing it enough times, the thought of Ornstein and Smo makes me want to... Well, whatever the case may be, I have a way to make things interesting. Let's randomize not just the enemies, not just the items, not just both, but also the fog gates, meaning how levels are connected are completely random, and we have to find our way through the game. This ought to be fun, right? We go ahead and pick the bandit class because, wow, that's an interesting armor scheme. We start imprisoned in the asylum, and it looks like Kirk drops us the key, but he's also using Pinwheel's mask? Well, the confusion from that instantly teleports us away, and in Firelink, we get our gear. And I don't mean just when we spawn in, it's literally over here too. Wow, what an amazing random. Since our enemies aren't scaled, in some scenarios, the best option is just to stunlock enemies to death, like this DLC caster in the long sewer tunnel to the Berg. Speaking of, where does this gate take us? Oh, it takes us to right outside Nito's arena? Of course it does. There's lots of enemies like the dogs and rats here, which are infamously quick and annoying, so we die a lot. But there's a gargoyle blocking us from making our way further back into another fog gate. His attacks tend to move him forward, and he's stuck, so he doesn't jump or move often, if ever. And on top of waiting for him to jump and dodging the spear hollow here, the dogs and rats don't seem to be dissipating, no matter how many I kill. Why is that? Oh wait, the baby skeletons here infinitely respawn, which means the dogs, oh god, and their aggro range is far enough that they just come to kill us every time. Alright, since that isn't working, where does New Lundo take us? Oh, outside Sif. Oh, 2 Ornsteins? 3 Ornsteins? One of the 4 kings? Gwyn? Okay. Darkroot is just where all the bosses are hanging out, I guess. But since the trees are hard for them to fit between, we can weave through what they can't. And man, what is the point of this gate up ahead? I could totally just walk around this, right? Like, I could. Me, in real life, can do something in Dark Souls. Well, this takes us to the Painted World, where there's 2 Gwyns. Oh god! It's safe to say that that area is out of the discussion for quite a while. The last area we can try right now are the Catacombs. The graveyard leading up to the Catacombs holds another blockade in the form of another gargoyle, but this one is much easier, since the exploding heads weaken him significantly, and they actually break his tail, which has some leggings for us, as well as him just getting stuck in the ceiling. So you know, that's that. This gate takes us past the fire stage, in which there's another Gwyn, and when we run away from him, we get a bonfire and another few fog gates from here. There's the Centipede Demon fog gate, and up above, oh my god, there's actually 2 Gwyns! Why do they always come in pairs? So before we can make it to the other gate to check it, we need to get past the Gwyns. My initial plan is to lead the Gwyns off this cliff, and to do that, we have to get lucky enough to dodge them, and actually lead them to the edge. Actually, we do lead them off the edge, and one dies as the other is falling off. So, with 70,000 souls, and the second one pathfinding back to me, I take the level up and put lots of points into Vigor and some into Dex. Now, a lot more prepared, we try and go up instead of down. We run through, luckily getting one Gwyn to get stuck on a corner trying to run to me, and the other falls off a ledge, buying us enough time to progress. And our second fog gate takes us to outside Seath. We have a little run-in with this weirdo, and the following fog gate takes us to actually Nito this time. I'm not scared. Our bosses are randomized. How bad could it be? Oh, well, no way we can take out the Centipede Demon with the Nito skeletons. At least we know how to get there now. It's not all bad though. Now, we can try the gate in front of us, I guess. Darkroot Garden again, alright. And other than the otherworldly noise coming from behind us, we can get quite a few places from here. Also, we pick up the Purple Coward's Crystal, which I guess we can use to wrong warp if needed. Who am I kidding? I have no clue how to wrong warp. So, after running from another Gwyn, this gate in the garden takes us to the Asylum Demon. And guess who gets softlocked by the Four Kings? I've had lots of experience with the Four Kings out of their intended arena, so I know there's nothing we can do here. The other side of Darkroot contains a pretty easy to kill Crystal Lizard and Ornstein's Helm. I mean, I'm not going to use that, but it's cool, I guess. The tower is up here, so we enter and do battle with Havel since we've grabbed the Master Key. The fight ends up being pretty easy, if not extremely slow, and yeah, that's another Gwyn. God, there are so many. At least this one doesn't follow us. But is this a result of our armor? Are we cursed? The next fog gate answers that. DLC boss into a Four King, and all the way back to the Demon Ruins after that. So let's see where else we can go. We can go deeper in Darkroot to go to Ulasil Township, where there's another 2 Gwyns. Well, actually, it's not that bad, even if there's an Ornstein besides them, since this elevator here is something we can drop all of them into, for about 320,000 souls. Hopefully we can find a safe bonfire. Jeez. Super Smo is here too, guarding his leggings. And while traversing the level, something drops the Soul of Manus? Well, I'll take it. We don't have a homeward bone right now, and the bonfire here is next to 2 Gwyns, so we're kinda desperate for a safe bonfire. We take advantage of the verticality here, and use humanity to heal when we need to. And, well, we die right before a bonfire because we panicked and fell. Damn it! On the journey to recover our 400,000 souls, we kill a few Gwyns again, and progress to another bonfire, where we level up everything quite a bit in case we come across, well, much of anything. We actually use the Soul of Manus to level intelligence more to equip Dark Fog and repair. There's many more Gwyns here that make me wonder if I'm Challenger Andy or not. You can get lots of them to jump off, but I'm really regretting the lack of a Gwyn spawn rate nerf. Hey, I'm just interrupting here. Feel free to use the bar at the bottom to skip this. I put lots of effort into these videos, doing the run, scripting the video, editing, and audio work. It's honestly the most effort I've put into anything. If you like the videos I make, consider supporting me however you see fit. Any interactions I'm thankful for. They're like tipping the bellhop, but subscribing is the best way to keep up with me and my content. There's a Discord server you can join to get notified when I upload too. Plus, we host challenge runs and events. Anyway, I'll get off your back about it. Back to the content you're here for. Then, after all that, we get to Quilag's domain. And Quilag is Nito? Where in the hell is his code? This fight is actually really easy. Nito doesn't spawn his respawning skeletons in this fight, and when we're far away from him, his ranged attack doesn't work properly, which means we can always stall him out and strafe him for the most boring fight in existence. And our reward for this insanely long fight? We get Seek Guidance, which is a hint for what's to come. Holy shit, Gwyn! Well, we die to the Capra demon, but we don't have to take that guy out unless he has a required item. And I hope he doesn't. Nothing sounds worse to me than Gwyn in Capra Demon's arena. So, long story short, we'll come back here if need be. Back at Firelink, we again go to this gargoyle, but with actual stats this time. We're able to move forward. Where did that guy go? And now we're outside the Gaping Dragon's arena, which leads to a perfectly safe bonfire. This is the first one of those we've had. Even Firelink has that bell gargoyle who can hit us. And exploring more, we get the Titanite Catchpole. Ah, welcome back, old friend. I missed you. Let's explore, shall we? Oh, wow, finally on the other side of that bridge. Well, back to where Havel was. We can totally take out a Gwyn, right? Oh, my game crashed. Why? Well, we come back and it takes a long time, but we can get Gwyn stuck on this little roof, which lets us take him out thanks to the Titanite catch pole. We can also try and take out Ornstein. Oh, nope, he's taking himself out, I guess. The Titanite catch pole is actually really nice, and it lets us kill this big mushroom to grab the key to the seal, which is certainly important for the future, right? This chest also has the parrying dagger, and Demon's Great Axe in case we need big damage, which are some good items. Wow, Undeadburg is doing really well for us. Huh? Purple Rock? Weird. Oh, hey, that king? Wow, yeah, he's not doing well. You can say he's holding on for dear life. Too bad the devs screwed him over with those invisible wall hitboxes. There's another copy of our armor here, as well as another few gates. This one goes nowhere. Alright. Further back in the burg, there's the Demon Fire Sage, which is just, yeah, you guessed it, Gwyn. Avoiding that for now, we go back to the depths, and choose to head towards the top of the depths this time. And well, we can't leave till we can get the depths key. We also pick up Great Magic Weapon, which could potentially make the Demon's Great Axe even better. We can then drop down to where the large rat is, and wow, our first Lord Soul is just right here. That's one of our required items down. These sewers have 2 Gwyns inside them guarding it though, so once we grab it and provoke them, it's really hard to make progress past them. But throwing ourselves at it from another angle, and using a 3rd Gwyn to kill the first 2, is something that results in success. I mean, it took us like 15 attempts, but who's counting? I'm who's counting. Do you want to guess where we get taken after all that? Finding another fog gate? Another Gwyn, I hear you say. No. We get nothing. Man, I just can't wait to drain New Lundo. Well, I can't see anywhere else to go but the Painted World. There's actually 3 Gwyns here, but our increase in levels since last time makes this area much easier. Exploring around this area, I'm still lost with where to go. We do make a Gwyn farming machine here, where they're slowly grinded into 70,000 soul chunks, but otherwise, after finding the lever to turn, and leading many more Gwyns into the well, we eventually find a way out. A couple, actually. That's what I would say if these 3 Gwyns weren't the most annoying things in the world. We put on the heaviest armor we can to make it, but man, this sucks. We lead all the various Gwyns here, and eventually find our way to the opposite side of the gate we came through to get here. It leads to the Ceaseless Discharge, who is replaced by the Demon Fire Sage, and we kill him because he jumps off the edge like an idiot. We then head back all the way to the other gate over here, which is Pinwheel. And Pinwheel is bound to be horrible, since I've enabled Pinwheel Chaos. Pinwheel is normal, but as clones? No. And what other fate could this run have but the randomized clones being Gwyn? We die pretty quickly, but hey, at least the clones kill him. But we have to go all the way back. And after finally progressing past Pinwheel's arena, we enter the Fog Gate. And we're back to the other side of the Gwyn Fire Sage. So this whole thing was pointless. Why did we even do this run, if it was all impossible? Everywhere leads back to itself, and no matter where I go, he follows, with that damn flaming greatsword. I wish I could show him who's really in charge. But there is something we can do. Behind the Pinwheel Arena, but before the Tomb of the Giants, is a shortcut back to before Pinwheel. This is only used in normal playthroughs if your routing is very unfortunate. You'd have to enter the Tomb of the Giants before getting the Lord Vessel, and make it far enough to find a bonfire. But hey, did you catch that? The shortcut takes us before Pinwheel, aka this shortcut puts us behind the gate we came in here with, which means we can not only go to the other side of the gate, But we can explore the catacombs too. The gate itself leads to Ash Lake, which, on top of having Seath, there's our second Lord Soul here, and a nice bonfire to use. And going far enough backwards through the catacombs, we get to a fog gate that takes us to outside Ornstein and Smo's arena from the broken glass window. We've reached a sort of hub area with all sorts of fog gates, but you know, it just lacks a safe point or a respawn point. It's actually nothing like a hub, but you know, it's a hub. Whatever. One of these leads to the Battle of Stoicism, which leads us to the Taurus Demon, who's actually here. Wow, a vanilla fight? Who would've? And then that takes us right back to the Abyss, which is somewhere we've been. So the other teleport leads us right back to where we came from, with that last one leading us to After the Moonlight Butterfly, which is just some useless items. It's not all bad though. The Dark Moon Seance Rings area actually has a secret way up, which leads to another few areas. There's also a bonfire here, which is finally progress. This takes us to Blighttown, and we grab the Rite of Kindling here. And that's a great thing to have, even though we haven't kindled a bonfire yet. The Pyromancy Flame is also here, which is useful since we found Fire Tempest around. We go back to the catacombs to meet Vamos, which is our first blacksmith. Finally, the other end of the catacombs takes us to the other side of the Demon Ruins Lord Vessel Gate, which is another area we potentially need to go. The door leads to Gwyn, who reveals his true form as a bell gargoyle before we grab some more items from him. Now, we're stuck. My suspicion is that it's the Asylum Demon. So, we teleport back there and trigger the boss, then clip into the arena to fight him. We kill one of the four kings pretty easily on his own, and that takes us to the Bell Gargoyles, which, well, that's not a Bell Gargoyle. And well, neither is that. We swap to the Black Knight Sword to deal more damage, but damn, they're destroying us, especially together. We kindle the Asylum Bonfire to 20, attune some Pyromancies, and give it a few tries. We can slowly work down Artorias, especially when he buffs, since we can get 2 hits in. But once the Stray Demon comes in, well, they actually synergize a little too well, leading to us playing keep away the whole time. We die a lot here trying to hit either boss. The thing is, the Stray Demon is normally fought with hollows in his arena, which means it can damage other enemies, and Artorias doesn't have an immunity to this. So, by just leading the demon to hit in the path of Artorias, we can kill him quicker than we would be able to alone. And the Stray Demon is easy, just slow. And that takes us to outside of Sen's Fortress. There's 2 gates here, both sides of this one. One here, and one dropping from the bonfire. But that one's a commitment, so we're gonna be careful. And wow, there's another easy boss. Let's hope he doesn't see us. Damn it! Oh, there he is again in the next area. Now, we can unlock the Chaos Daughter shortcut, which takes us back to the Lord Vessel Wall. That's a quick way to get back here indeed. Well, the other part of the Lost Izalith isn't possible to go back through. What, you don't believe me? Here, just look. We then drop down to the Sen's Bonfire and take on the wall from there. That takes us to New Londo Ruins, which holds Jeremiah. Since we don't have the Lord Vessel, we kill him for his Artorias ring. Well, since we can drain New Londo, we can just take the 4 kings on, right? Damn it, I forgot about the random. Well, the rest of the New Londo ruins are the return of Gwyn. So, getting to the Duke's Archives is a nice escape from that again. The end of the Duke's Archives is, well, right here also, but holy shit, what is going on behind there? Then we're to the elevator behind Quelaag, which hosts a whole 1, 2, 3 new fog gates. The one leading to the Demon Ruins goes to another Sen's Fortress area, and this is something we're coming back to later anyway, so we'll come back again. While heading to the back of Quelaag's arena, we can ring the lower bell, which is something that I think we have to do, but now we're heading to the lower Undeadburg, which again, we've been to many ways. We can get the rest of the items here, it's not much useful. The third gate? Wait, we've been here before! After taking a second to explore again, back in the Undeadburg, we can get to the other side of this gate, which leads to lots more gates. Specifically, the other side of these two, which we've been to before. The Berg one leads to the inside of Anor Londo. The basement has such items as the Soul of Gwyn. We light the bonfire here because, yeah, wow, we have a lot of souls. And here is when we finally get Havel's Ring, a useful ring we can actually use. In the next area from here, Tomb of the Giants, we can equip the Sunlight Maggot for easy traversal, which again is nice, and we make it to the Lord Vessel Gate. And Artorias is up. And he's a mushroom? No, he's something. Oh, Pinwheel. Okay, that's easy. And after that, we're right to the Crystal Caves. The Crystal Caves leads to nowhere. Well then, we get the Broken Pendant, which is actually something we can use. We can then go to the DLC, which leads us to... oh, it's vanilla. Really? We were just here. Well, there's one more. One more area. Hey, I'm being dramatic here. This is the last area I think I can go to. If this doesn't lead somewhere productive, I think it's over for us. And it leads to Guinevere. Wait, I can't go up because Ornstein and Smo aren't dead? Oh yeah, the depths exists. We can go get the wall here since we drained New Londo. More Gwyns, more kings. Wow, this area sucks. We go to the wall here, and the Great Hollow is up. And that leads to the bed, which is both great and horrible. A Lord Soul boss, sure, but there's no guarantee of a Lord Soul, and there's nowhere to go after this. It's also Artorias again, which is hard, but doable. And now, it's finally time to go back to Firelink. We do some exploring, and wow, our third Lord Soul is here? We just need one more, and the Lord Vessel. Through some more exploration, we find Ornstein and Smo? Oh wow, it's Priscilla and Sif, which is a good combo thematically. Well, they suck in actuality. They hurt each other a lot. Priscilla turns into Manus? Okay, what about Sif? I guess that's almost vanilla. That's pretty easy. And we have two more gates. Insane boss mashup here. Well, let's just see Guinevere like we wanted to before. We get some useless items here, and go see where Smo's side takes us. It takes us to Seath's Arena, which has been invaded by the Iron Golem. Well, the Iron Golem is easy, and he gives us the Crest of Artorias. The last fog gate in Ornstein and Smo's Arena is the elevator just outside of Anor Londo, which is some good progress, hopefully. We have the doll so we can go to the Painted World, but I feel like that's vanilla for no reason in particular. So, Gwendolyn's Gate is another New Londo, but that's not bad. More areas. Valley of Drakes has one, which, after the Moonlight Ornstein, has the area before Artorias. And that's a lot of areas. The game is really opening up here near the end. This area randomizes our warp an infinite number of times, which will be our backup. The Gaping Priscilla is here by Calamite. Oh, hey Kirk, you okay? Thanks for the two gates to access. We unlock Firelink's elevator here, which has another gate. Oh, these two are connected, never mind. We find the parish here, and Manus. Again, that's almost vanilla. Iron Golem is here too, which is actually vanilla. And we stumble to Andre. And wow, that tree does not deserve to be there. The Centipede Demon is close nearby, and geez, this ought to be hard, right? Oh, after that, we can ring the second bell, which means Sen's is open. While exploring more, we're back in the Tomb of the Giants, And we find our last Lord Soul shard in the coffin room, because of course it's in the most enemy dense room in the game. Now we're back in Blighttown, and right there is our Lord Vessel, of course. Now we can head to Firelink and talk to Framped, where we can get taken to the Lord Vessel placement spot. We place it, drop the Lord Souls in, and get access to the kiln. Oh, hey Gwyn, are you leaving? Oh, wait, Gwyn, no. This gate better not. Damn it! Yes! Well, that was easy. Hey, this place is pretty cool. I mean, I made it after all. Let's keep it around.